Hello, dear students. It's time to see what is equijoin. In the previous video, we saw types of joins in which we were learning about inner joins. We saw what is theta join, which was not at all new for us because theta join is simply R1 join R2 with some condition, and we of course write some condition. It has to be inherently written whenever you join two relations R1 and R2 so that we filter out the rows, only those rows which pass this condition. It's time to see what is equijoin. Equijoin is very easy once we know what is theta join, because equijoin is simply a special case of theta join. It is done when theta join uses equivalence condition. That means whenever you have R1 join R2 with of course some condition, and that condition contains something like R1 dot B equals, just check this operator, equals R2 dot C. That means when you are comparing the attributes columns of the two tables using equal to operator, then the type of join is called equijoin. So it's just a special case. What that means is that actually theta join is called equijoin if the comparison operator is equal to operator. As an example, I have got two tables again, R1 and R2, and what we are doing is just observe the two tables R1 and R2 here. Okay, and what we are doing here is that we are joining R1 and R2 based on the condition that filter out only those rows from R1 cross R2. Recall this, only those rows where R1 dot B is equal to R2 dot D. So as you all know, this row, the first row, will be joined with all three rows, and we are interested only in those rows where B is equal to D. So only this one here matches this one in the second row. So it means the first row shown in the result will be 1 1 5 1. I hope you are understanding. These are the columns A, B, C, D. So wherever B matches D in the result will be shown. What about the next element here? 2 3 will be joined with 10 3, and straight away you see that B matches D. So 2 3 10 3 will be in the result. But then for the remaining rows of R2, the match is not found. And watch out for the last row here, 3 8, there is no match found in the D. So only two rows are there in the result. Isn't it so? I think I made a mistake here. There is one more row shown called 2 3 10 3. Sorry for the wrong content, but this is the correct result here because B matches D here also. So that's it. That is what is equijoin. Just as one more example of equijoin, I hope I am not wasting time now because that information was enough. What if this is an example and I have written the join as follows: R1 join R2 wherever R1 dot B is equal to R2 dot C. Which type of join is this? Is this theta join or is this equijoin? Well, you will say that this is theta join. Come on, this is theta join because there is a condition. Whenever the condition is written along with the join, it is known as theta join. But you will say that this is also qualified to be equijoin because the comparison operator here is equal to. So what will be the result after joining R1 with R2? Well, you know that this row is joined with these three rows, and wherever B matches C, only those rows will be shown. So the first row will be 1 2 2 10. Now even this row, second row of R1 will be joined with all three rows, but nowhere the match is found between B and C. And for the third row, 5 6, you can see that B matches C only for the rows which I have encircled. So the result will be 5 6 6 7. These are the values of A, B, C, D. That's equijoin. In the next video, we will see what do you mean by natural join, which is also an inner join. So I was speaking about that inner join is one of the types of joins. Just check. Inner join is one of the type of joins in which there are three types: theta, equi, and the third one is natural join, which we will see in the next video. Thank you very much.